Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HHWShow podcast. I'm Ovi, and shortly I got Heck V that's going to join me momentarily. But this episode, we're going to be talking about Northeast Wrestling. That's right. There is Tag Wars coming up this Saturday in Bethany, Connecticut, and the match cards is stacked to the fullest. I mean, it's an all-star lineup. It's just getting better and better every month. And I know last month, in the month of April, Northeast Wrestling was really, really busy. Had City Havoc was starting off with a four-way tag team that led to the Miracle Generations winning that fatal four-way tag team match. And it was spectacular, to be honest with you, going against Waves and Braids, the Brick City Boys, and Lorenzo Vendetta and Hunter Tarka. Um, again, I mean, to start off that match the way they did, they set the tone for the rest. And there were a total of 9 matches. Beautiful Brad Baylor, once again, in the singles competition, undefeated, went ahead and defeated Love Doug for the second time. Wrecking Ball Legursky defeated Rex Lawless. The real one, better known as Enzo, defeated Flip Gordon. And that was an emotional match because he dedicated that match to parents that lost their loved one due to cancer. The Lost Soul Keith Youngblood returned for it was been a while, man. Been almost a year that he has not wrestled in NEW. He went ahead and defeated Modar, and then the New Life title, which Casey Navarro overcame some obstacles and defeated Lucas Chase to retain. But there's some more drama about that match that we're going to talk about in our prediction that's coming up. The new tag team championship, again, Hollister and JT Dunn. They retained their titles, but there was a discrepancy on that. We're definitely going to talk about that as well. Willow Nightingale, she's a star, right? And she defeated Tina San Antonio. And in the main event, which I had the privilege to witness in my own eyes, the acclaimed Max Caster and Anthony Bowens went ahead and defeated the righteous Vincent and Dutch. And I'm going to bring on Heck V. Hector, thank you for coming on to the show. And, I made a list of all these matches that happened in Head City Havoc. Well, first and foremost, I mean, the biggest talk really is the NEW Tag Team Championship.
Ever since you got me into this, I've been really looking at this and getting into it and trying to, get a feel of everybody from all the way out here in Texas. And it's very, very fun and exciting to get into this, and the matches are just wow. As much as I get into it now, I'm starting to learn about everybody. And you're right, that tag team match had a lot of controversy to it. And I was like, wow.
So let's talk about that, right? Because you have this referee, right, Chris D'Antonio. Okay, now this guy's a veteran in the Northeast Wrestling. He's been refereeing for quite some time. He is from Wappingers Falls, New York. Sometimes I stumble with that name, Wappingers. I think I say that right, right? In English, two P's makes the A short vowel sound. So yeah, we'll stick to that, right? But anyhow, this guy has been pretty much on everyone's hot list. And when I say that is Dan Moff was frustrated with him when he was refereeing his match a few times. And where Dan Moff, I think he was suspended for putting his hands on him. Then you have him refereeing, and I guess he put himself in a bad position that he received a kick. Okay. I believe it was from who was it that kicked him in the face and knocked him out?
I think it was Brian.
It wasn't Matt Taven.
No, I think it was Brian Anthony. Yeah,
Brian Anthony did that. So and JT Dunn was about to get the receiving end of it. He ducks down and he gets kicked in the face. So he's knocked out. Now, everything happened in there to where I assume that Matt Taven and Brett Hoster, they pinned JT Dunn, but the new referee came in, granted the brand new tag team champions, but Chris D'Antonio said, no way. That's not happening. It's automatically a disqualification because they hit him. So, my question to you, man: did he do the right thing, or should have been a new tag team champions?
I think he did the right thing because we see a lot of that at the professional level that the referees don't ever seem to remember what happened, and then another referee has to come in, take over, and officiate this match. Well, this dude here, he seemed to remember who kicked him in the face when he came around. So, in to his defense, I'm not going to fault him because I liked it. Because if we would have seen that we see new tag team champions, it's just the same old additive with every match from the independents to the major leagues. That when the referee's knocked out, somebody got to take over. But this dude, I think he did it right. But even though I still, like I told you before, I think he's still suspect though.
I think he's suspect. I mean, how many times do referees get hit? They get knocked down, and then all of a sudden they back to as conscious, and they drag themselves to the middle of the
Yeah.
ring and go 1, 2, 3 in slow mo, right? And they still give the tag team titles, or they give it to the winner that's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did predict that Dunn and Hollister were going to win. I was like, dude, they just got those titles. How can they lose it right away? How can they lose that title in 1 week's time? How you do that,
Hey, you
right?
could look. I seem to remember Kane losing the belt the night after he won the title. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
fine.
it's not these guys though,
It
because
doesn't
they're
matter,
talented. They're the first Triple Crown winners in
right?
NEW,
That
and
was
just
all the goal
lose a
was.
title like that.
That was all the goal. Just become Triple Crown winners. After that, nothing else matters. They
Well,
did it.
Matt
They
Taven missed out for being a two-belt champ, okay?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know he's pissed, and
Mm-hmm.
Brian Anthony's pissed, and you're talking about two dudes that are former NEW heavyweight champions. I mean, of course, Matt Taven is the current heavyweight
Right.
champion. But to the way they won, I mean, the whole crowd popped. Everyone's jumping for joy. And as soon as those titles were taken away out of their hands, it's like everybody got crushed. And it's like your chest caves in, right? And you feel that disappointment, like, why? And you want to ask yourself, why? Why are you doing this? It was it was going so well to when it didn't so well. And the only ones laughing is Hollister and JT Dunn, man. And it hurts. It hurt real bad.
And I wonder. I'm just throwing this out there because, like I said, I'm still new to the NEW scene. What if this seems to be the turnaround that Mr. Northeast Wrestling wants to go after that title, and he turns his back on the crowd after this next rematch?
He was a heel before.
I
Let's put it
know,
that way.
I
He
know.
was a
That's
heel before
so
until Vito got turned on him,
right.
right?
But when it
So
comes
what
to
you're
the
trying to
title,
say is that he is trying his best, and he's gonna like snap and go after Matt Taven, and now we're going to have a new match later on for the heavyweight
yeah,
championship.
because what I'm noticing little things like when they do their interviews, they always
Uh-huh.
got to one up each other on the interview. The other one doesn't like to be in the background while the other one is talking in the front, and it's like little tic tacs there, here and there. Oh man, something tells me somebody's going to turn on the other ones pretty soon.
They did admit at first that they didn't get along, like they were rivals before, and they acknowledged that and everything else. But they both have a common enemy that they want to get rid of, and this enemy is Hollister and JT Dunn, and it's not like they how you say it. It's not like they asked for it. You know,
Right.
they Hollister and Dunn started it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, but besides the point, I see what you're saying, and I think it'll be good for business. But there's always another factor into this. All
Mm-hmm.
right, they're not alone when it comes to the heavyweight championship, and we're gonna explain later as we go through our predictions for Tag Wars that's coming up this Saturday. But the other superstar that I want to mention is the well, actually no, I was going to mention the over the top winner, which was Kerr, but he had missed that opportunity. And again, because he has Vito as his corner, he did lose the match and was slammed into the tables match that happened in Bethany, Connecticut. But there is one other superstar we're gonna find out and predict if that's gonna be a possibility. And so here we go. Let's start off with again NEW Northeast Wrestling Tag Wars is happening this Saturday, May 13th at New Arena in Bethany, Connecticut. The show starts at 7, doors open at 6. You guys can meet and greet with the superstars before the show gets on. And I tell you what, get your tickets, man. Go to northeastwrestling.com, find out more information and everything else, because I myself will be there live. And I know my boy Heck is going to wait until it goes on streaming service, because, again, it's best for business, man. It's hot. Independent scene is hot, man. I love it. And let's talk about this, because Matt Taven and Brian Anthony will go against JT Dunn and Brett Hauser in a rematch for the new Tag Team Championship. And I'm asking you right now is, like, who you got in this match? I think I know who you got, but surprise me.
I got the tag champions, and I'm going to tell you why. Look, JT Dunn and Brett Hollister, they got their own egos also, okay? But I think they work well better because they had a goal and they stuck to it. And they still worked in unison, even though they're not a real tag team, okay? They knew what was ahead, what they needed to get done, and they put their differences aside. Versus Anthony and Taven, to me, I feel like they just been thrown together and they're just trying to work things out. So I got Dunn and Hollister to rebound and come back and win this match, because they know they got beat. They were beaten, but I think they regroup, reorganize, and they win this match.
I think they're going to stay focused more and not put themselves in that situation, because they almost lost those belts. You're absolutely right. I have JT Dunn and Brad Hollister, but the real is, now that you got me thinking, will Brian Anthony turn on Matt Taven, or will they leave disappointed and walk away like nothing happened? There's a lot to this picture real quick, and it all depends who is going to be the referee of the match. And we're hoping that it's not Chris D'Antonio, because that would definitely be suspect, right? But would they have that match? Because, you know, I mean, I haven't followed up on the storyline yet. It's not like WWE that we get to see the shows every weekly. You know what I mean? But was there a suspension? Was there a fine? I need to know more, because, again, Brian Anthony and Matt Taven did put their hands on the referee afterwards, right?
Yeah, right.
And what is NEW officials are going to do about that?
And you know, I don't feel like it should be any favoritism. Whether you're heel or you're face, it doesn't matter. You put your hands on a referee on purpose, there should be some consequences.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the next title that's going to be defended is the NEW Live title. And Casey Navarro, once he's nearing 300 days as a champion with that belt, and he's going against the red hot victorious BRG.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, seeing how Navarro has been champion that long. And if BRG does not win this match, I don't see this being over with. I don't see this over with at all. As a matter of fact, I know that Victorious BRG is going to have the Victorium on his side. I'll be surprised if he goes in there solo, for one. But there's something has to happen. And, you know, he has the Brick City Boys and Lucas Chase. Now, Lucas Chase was unsuccessful at the City Havoc, right? And the fact that he went down, and Victorious BRG, well, he has a little to blame, because he got kicked out. You know, he was caught interfering. The referee kicked him out, and then that was an advantage for Casey Navarro. But after the match, he got attacked from behind by Lucas Chase. BRG comes out, stomps on him, and everything else. So that added more fuel for Casey Navarro. He ain't gonna go out like that, all right? And I just got a feeling in this match, it's not going to be fair game for Casey Navarro. And again, he's been there before, but I got a feeling that this match might end up in a disqualification, and it might carry on for the next. I still see Casey Navarro still holding on to the title, but a lot has to do with BRG and his crew. Yeah, and I think BRG is going to have to sucker Navarro into a match that's going to favor BRG in order for him to get that title. Because a one-on-one regular sanction match, Navarro's going to win this match come Saturday. But I said, like, BRG's going to have to do something to sucker him to get him to that point to where, okay, now I got you where I want you, to where his whole crew can come in and help him out. Yeah, Navarro's not going to be able to do this by himself. Eventually, time is going to run out, and he's going to wind up losing that title if he's not careful.
Victorious BRG, man, it's he's come a long way. All right. And for the past 3 years, I mean, Victorious BRG has started the show. He has been the mid card. He's been like even the over the top that he came so close. I mean, he reminds me of the Miz, right? Where he always have this strategic plan to face his opponents. They're just these key things that I see him do that puts him ahead of others. And I got a feeling that if it's not this Saturday, it's gonna be soon enough where Victorious BRG will be a title holder.
Oh, and when he does, that group is gonna be more dangerous than ever.
Dangerous, but Victorious BRG has to be the role model for the Victorium.
Yeah.
So for him, there's got to be a lot of pressure. He has to win to show his crew this is how you become champion. Now do the same thing. Let's go. All right.
And if he does win those titles, then I would think he will want to go after the tag titles next. That's that's a long shot. It's a long shot, but
the Brick City Boys really have burned a lot of bridges trying to get that title away from Waves and Curls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just don't see them against Hollister and Dunn. Really? I don't know.
Well, that would be interesting to see how Victorian will take down those two guys. That would be very interesting to see.
If there's anyone that's going to be close enough to hang with Hollister and JT Dunn, it's got to be the Miracle Generations.
Yeah, they did it well in that four-way.
I mean, they lost to them already, but putting them ahead of the rest, Miracle Generations are due to become tag team champions in NEW. All right, moving on. Talking about tag team champion, the former tag team champion and the former heavyweight champion, Trayvon Jordan, will make his return. And this is a long time coming because he had a leg injury and he had to miss. He had to relinquish the belt last December. And Matt Taven ended up winning that tournament. What's the plan for Trayvon Jordan?
I don't know.
That is,
I mean, would he get back into the tag team scene?
He is doing the tag teams and other wrestling promos, but as far as NEW, this is great because the next match is a 6-man tag, and of course Jay Haru wants to get even with the Victorian because he was the one that got kicked out.
Right, exactly.
And he got jumped, right?
Yeah,
so finally, Jay Haru has some cojones to step up to the plate, and now he could move his wrist around, okay? Now he could represent his symbol on his own, okay? And there's a weak link in that 6-man tag, and I got a feeling that Brick City Boys and Lucas Chase will take advantage of it. And I'm not a big fan. I never was. I mean, I know Anchor was a fill-in for Trayvon Jordan, but there's got to be something going on here that Anchor maybe turn heel and he goes solo. I mean, I don't know.
I was thinking Trayvon turning heel.
Trayvon Jordan turning heel?
Like he comes back and gets the crowd roaring that he's back and to help the Waves and Braves out and Haru, whatever the case may be. And then next thing you know, he helps Victorium just win because he has it out for Waves and Braves. Because he knows.
Put his picture up again. You seen this guy right here is going to turn heel.
He could. I mean, it's a possibility because, if he's been out for a while and now somebody's taken over his spot in a tag with his tag team partner and they were successful, jealousy could play a role. You've been out for a long time and you got a lot to think about. What are you going to be
jealous for if they're no longer tag team champions?
Hey, you all of a sudden now you clicking with this other guy while I've been out and about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now when you're out for a long time, you got a lot to think about. It could be a small possibility Trayvon turns.
So what you're saying is Trayvon Jordan was carrying all the weight, and now that he's coming back, there is no tag team championships. There is no titles around their waist.
It is no heavyweight title around his way because, hey, he could say he did carry it because if he can go solo and win the heavyweight title, then yes, he carried the weight of the team.
I got a feeling this is a hard sell, knowing that there's too many little ones that their hearts are going to get crushed should Trayvon Jordan cross that line.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry to say, but
I know the Hulk Hogan did it. I know
we all get
yeah.
disappointed in our lifetime with our favorite heroes.
Oh, no, man. No, not Trayvon.
Hey, I'm just trying to add some gasoline.
I won't
to the
call
fire.
you personally during the match if he was to do that, all right? But Waves and Braids and Jay Haru go against Victorium with Lucas Chase and Brick City Boys. I'm picking the heels on this one. Lucas Chase will be the one pinning one of the Waves and Braids, and not Haru.
Yeah, I think so too. Because since Lucas Chase is the muscles, he's the enforcer. Yeah, I think he's going to take down. I think he'll pin one of the Waves and Braids also.
All right. A surprising match is Jordan Oliver versus Dan Moff with Vito. I don't think Vito should be in the question being involved. I don't think it's a need. But I will enjoy Dan Moff and Jordan Oliver go one-on-one. This is interesting, to be honest with you, because Jordan Oliver is so talented. Okay. And I've seen him against Casey Navarro. And this guy's got moves. I mean, this is the same guy we talked about a couple of episodes ago about NEW, that he is a, I don't know if he's still champion in another wrestling promo, but this guy got the moves, man. Jordan Oliver has a good chance, but I don't think it's good enough against Dan Moff, who makes his return for redemption.
Dan Moff got a lot of animosity built up right now, and I don't know anything about Jordan Oliver. I mean, he sounds like he's very athletic and talented. You know, he sounds like he got like great moves and everything, but I don't think that's only going to take him so far against Dan Moff, and Dan Moff is going to probably mop the floor with him.
So he lost a triple threat match a couple months ago against Casey Navarro and Flip Gordon. And I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Flip Gordon or Alec Price. But either way, I mean, these guys know each other. And Jordan Oliver came so close of winning that title, but Casey Navarro took advantage of it. But now he's stepping up to a heavyweight. And Dan Moff is not the guy to play around with, man. He is no Casey Navarro. He's not like that NEW the live championship. This guy's a former heavyweight champion that held the belt for over 900 days. I'm sorry, man.
And then takes a referee, picks him up, rips his shirt off, throws him over the ring. Yeah, I don't want to mess with a guy like that.
Oliver, are you ready, dude? Seriously, are you ready? No. Anyways, you got Dan Moff on this one?
Yeah, I got Dan Moff.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Layla Luciano versus Tiara James. Now, this is the first time I get to see Layla Luciano in action in NEW, but for Tiara James, she's becoming more of a veteran in NEW. She's wrestled there before a few times, and very talented superstar. She did make a surprise visit on WWE on SmackDown when she got kissed by the Humberto Carrillo and who's the other guy?
And his partner, yeah.
Anyways, so she's very popular herself and very talented in the independent scene. I will have Tiara James winning this match over Layla Luciano.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go experience here, I give it to Tiara James. Yeah.
And the thing is, if there is a women's tournament going on, if that is the factor, then Tiara James definitely got to win, because Tina San Antonio ended up winning that first match for that tournament. And that's what the announcer had mentioned, but there is no further explanation as to what's about for the women's tournament. I'm assuming that in the near future there's a women's championship belt, but who knows? We'll see about that. But yeah, absolutely. Next is Landon Hale versus the beautiful Brad Baylor.
You know, as cocky and arrogant as this Brad Baylor is, I mean, he just has a way of doing things in the ring that it just keeps you focused and watching what he's going to do next. You know, so narcissist about himself. That's what he is. He's a narcissist.
Look, beautiful Brad Baylor has done wonders against the Battle Academy. Love Doug, excuse me. But I really want to know what's the deal with him and Danielle. I'm going to say that in every episode till I get an answer. He needs to be on the microphone and say, who is Danielle? Now, the fans will chant, hey, that's your sister and everything else. But I don't doubt it. I never seen a brother and sister like put like stuff on over. Nah, I haven't seen that. But listen, the opponent is Landon Hill. Now this guy got skills. I got to witness him in a 6-man tag in which he was going against the Victoriums, and he was the only one that was really active and doing things. And if he had help with 2 other superstars at his level, they could have destroyed the Victorium. This is how good Landon Hill is. Now he is coming back from an injury. So this is his 2nd match in the NEW. Prior to that, he was out for a while. And I don't know the instinct of what the injury was, but he is back. I follow him on Twitter. Matter of fact, he follows me on Twitter too. But and the fact that trying to catch up with the stories and everything else about him, this guy, in my own eyes, seeing him in action, I wouldn't be surprised he pulls an upset and defeats Brad Bader and give him his first defeat.
You know, from what I'm hearing, you know, he does sound like. I don't know. I don't know anything about Landon Hill as much, but just looking at his persona and just the way you make it sound like he could be a next Riddle or something like that. I don't know.
So who, Brad Bader or Landon Hill?
Landon Hill.
Yeah, Landon Hill got some moves. I mean, it was only like 2 pay-per-views ago on NEW that was in Bethany, Connecticut, that he had that 6-man tag. Now, again, you're going against the Brick City Boys that they do more losing than winning.
Yeah.
But this time around, Victorium did win. But Landon Hill got some skills, man. I mean, he was the most talked about dude on that night because of what he had brought to the table. But if he does that, again, he has a chance again to defeat Brad Bader. However, Danielle is going to be the main factor in
That's
this.
the X factor right there, yeah.
Right.
And I
think taking Brad Bader on this one.
I think if Brad Bader finds himself in a situation where he feels like he's going to drop this match, Danielle is going to interfere somehow and get Brad Bader the win. Let's just say,
right.
Yeah.
She's been like every time, every event, she's been more and more involved. So
right.
I want to be surprised sooner or later that we might hear her speak, I guess. I don't know. But she might be could she be on the level of Vito and being one of the best managers in NEW?
All right.
But I want to know who she is. And Brad Bader owes the fans who is Danielle.
Yeah. The dazzling Danielle. I like that.
Oh, hell, there you go.
Well, we had the sensational Sherry, didn't we? So why not the dazzling Danielle with the beautiful Brad Bader?
The dazzling Danielle. You know what? Book it.
The Danzo in distress Danielle with the beautiful Brad Bader. See? I'm coming up with this, baby.
All right, fair enough. I like that. All right. Well, hey, that's our prediction for the NEW this Saturday. I can't wait. So once again, it is Saturday, May 13th at New Arena at Bethany, Connecticut. The show starts at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it, man. It is Tag Wars. I like the title itself, man. I like it. Once again, here it is. So go to northeastwrestling.com, get your tickets. I'll be there. Say hello, man, and represent, yo. HHWShow.com, baby. Yes. And that wraps up our show. We're going to tune in again for WWE because WWE is having the Heavyweight Championship tournament, right? So we know one half of Raw. Well, let's find out on SmackDown. Tune in to our next episode. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. And once again, you're listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.